But back to the ABS, which I was trying to use first, which unfortunately, like I said, I had to learn the hard way about the warpage. But this is the top half, what would have been the top half, but I had to abandon it because of the fact that it warps severely. But as you can see, treating with acetone treatment, and I treat it inside of this container. This is what I use to treat it, and but sadly, like I said, it was a epic fail because of the warping factor. The shrinking and warping just made it not practical. So of course I had to go with the PETG. And this is the PETG version, the final iteration at this time. And I've covered the surface again with vinyl, but I had treated this one with body filler, and if I were to do it over again, I wouldn't spend all that time and energy on body filler. I just go straight and just put the vinyl material right over the edge. It's a lot simpler, and yeah, it looks a little better with the filler on it, but I would just save the time and not do it. I just use the vinyl directly on the PETG surface. This was also printed in a 3.5 layer height. Oh yes, let me show you also the reflective material on the inside to reflect, like as typical with any light, a headlight, you have the reflective surface on the inner side to do maximum refractoring of the light, and you can see the LED strip that is inside. This is the control unit. I also cover it with the reflective adhesive vinyl. So you can see for yourself what it does and its purpose. These are the other LEDs in this bag that will mount in other places. Now this part of the fairing I did use body filler on because this is PETG, and I did a lot of sanding first and then put the body filler on, and I did it that way because PETG will not smooth with the acetone. So in order to get the effect that I desire, the smooth top, the more finished top effect, I went ahead and did it that way. But that is what I did only to the top because I used the transparent PETG that I wanted light to go through, to pass through. And this is again the adhesive vinyl, reflective vinyl. I just put on the outside for effects. And this is the regular vinyl. This is the vinyl, and I mounted that on. Try to add a little bit of class to it, to the design, a little bit of maturity. And so you see how I did it. Body filler there. This this bottom area that is purple looks like I did body filler on it, but I didn't. I really just did a lot of sanding, and because I had to paint it over several times, the surface built up until finally it was as if I used body filler. Because of the several paintings and sandings, it finally built up to a contiguous layer of surface that it does appear to have been used, appear that body filler had been used on it, but it didn't. I did not use body filler. So you can see how that works. And this is the transparent PETG, so the light effects are going to be passing through the top. And I'll just stick them together just to give you an example. So you can see why the surfaces have to be flush. Oh yeah, I already used a 3/32 drill bit to put the pilot holes in that will be used to mount with 3mm screws. But you can see why it's critical that the surfaces don't warp, because it mounts together like so. So you get an idea. That's how it mounts together. So you see why the surfaces have to be flush. Why it's critical, because they have to mount together. Like so. You can also notice the slot going here. That is where the bulkhead, the speaker bulkhead, mounts in that slot. And I'll show you that in a moment. This is the speaker bulkhead. This is my most, how would I describe it? The most critical part of the design is the design of the speaker bulkhead, which has dual amp ports. I mean bass ports. That's the dual bass ports. And as you can see, the speaker is inset in a weld that is actually a horn port for the speaker to mount. It's a 4-inch 75-watt speaker. And let me show you the speaker. This is the speaker used. I don't know if this particular speaker is available at this time. I don't think so. I did a search. And originally, I believe, I'm not certain if I purchased it on eBay or Amazon, but I don't think this particular one is available anymore. But, you know, 75 watts, I would even imagine that the quality, the performance is even better now. They have only gotten better over the years with the bass reflex butyl surrounded cones. So you'll probably be able to get it even better. But I'll show you the amp and the rear. This is a 50 by 50 watt amp. And that 50 by 50 watt amp is more power than probably the speaker should have, because a speaker typically you'd like it to be double whatever the output is on the amp. So, you know, it's a 75 watt speaker, 475 watt, but the amp is going to put out 50 watts. So it should still be enough as long as you don't blow it, you know, blow it out and try to blast it out. And you can see where I've also covered the speaker and other parts of the surface with the reflective adhesive vinyl. Oh yeah, that's right. For the amp, this is the volume control on off of the amp volume, and this is the audio head jack for the audio input from the source, which will be your phone or your player or whatever you like to use. And here, this amp allows you to connect power via a 2-pin port right here, or you can do, I'm going to use the wires directly and put it directly into these rear mounting terminals. But that does have a 2-pin port that you can mount it in over here. But I prefer to mount it directly. And you can see where the speaker is connected for this side. And this is going to be this for another speaker to mount if you're going to use another speaker on that side. So this goes in between. I can give you a general idea how it mounts, showing you the bottom section. That is generally how the arrangement goes. It goes in that position right there. So you get an idea for how it mounts in there, where it goes, and also, as I showed you before, that's the slot where the bulkhead generally goes. And the next time I come back with this, I'll be showing you either mounted or mounting in process to the vehicle itself. Thank you for watching.